Welcome to the Michael Singer podcast, presented by Sounds True, in partnership with Shanti Publications. For more information about Michael Singer's work, access to all prior episodes, and information about upcoming releases, we invite you to join us at michaelsingerpodcast.com.
Jagradav, Jai Masters. It's often been taught, though I don't think a whole lot of us understand, that the root of the mind is in the heart. It's a nice thing to say. Nice poetry. It's a good one-liner. But I'm telling you, you all know this. You just don't pay attention. Say you're doing really well, and someone you care about hurts you, disses you, says something you don't like. Have you noticed that your mind will tend to think about that? Anybody conscious? It will think about it. It will dwell on it, think about it over and over. That's because the heart got disturbed. The heart expresses itself in the mind. People all the time ask me about that voice in your head. The personal voice in your head that's always yakking is generated by what's in your heart. It's not poetry, it's a fact. On the other hand, I like to go to the extremes. You're good teachers. Fall in love. I mean, madly in love. Love at first sight type stuff. And just, you're blown away. That's hard. Wait till you see what your mind talks about. Her, him, day and night. I only have eyes for you, dear. Yes or no? Do you have to make it do that? You can't stop it from doing that. Oh, that's a big contrast. That all of a sudden it's in there complaining and favoring, and now it's, oh. That's the mind. You say, I feel it in my heart, but you hear it in your mind, and not a question of the world. That what I just taught you is what happens, isn't it? That is everything all the time with your personal mind. It's generated by the heart. You don't see it because you get distracted by what's going on in the mind. That's where you hang out. And the mind's going to try to solve it. What can I do, etc. Or you'll get lost. Sometimes you get lost in the heart. You get lost in the heart. But the mind still talks about, I want to be with you. I love you. I want to keep you forever. It's totally natural, but you don't understand it. Everything is that. The mind in Zen discussion is empty mind. It's a field of energy like a still lake. It's called empty mind. It's a still lake. Why? Because there's nothing from underneath that is disturbing it to, like, if you go to a stream, we have all these springs out here, okay? And they're active. The ripples all over the place. They're coming from that hole in the ground, okay? It comes up, it hits the surface, yes or no? That is what your personal mind is. It does not have a mind of its own. It does not. It is at the foundation expressing what's going on in your heart. But you don't see that because whatever it's saying distracts you so much. Well, I wonder what I can do if I went over there. Would I like that? Try to go to the web and see what you want to do with your vacation. A lot of you guys go on vacations. Just go on the web, go looking at things, and all of a sudden you look at some place, Hawaii, something like that, and wow, I have to go there. That'd be unbelievable. Imagine how beautiful that'd be. Okay? Then all of a sudden, you go to another side of Hawaii, and the volcanoes are going off, and there's fires. You have to get into the water. That happened in Hawaii, right? You have to go into the water on your vacation. And immediately, the heart hurts, and the mind changes what it's talking about. Okay? The mind, the personal mind is expressing the heart. When it's strong things, like I said, it's kind of easy to see. It hurt my heart, and I just can't stop thinking about it. Very good. I'm telling you, that is where the personal mind comes from. It's just not that strong all the time, right? But if even the slightest thing is not the way your heart wants, forget the mind, is not the way the heart expected, what it wants, its fears, this and that, anxieties, okay? It expresses itself in the mind. You think your mind is anxious. No, your heart is anxious. You think your mind is afraid. It's expressing the fear that is coming from the heart. And the stronger that fear is, eventually you feel it. Oh my God, I get so scared. My heart stopped. Right? Well, what'd your mind do during that time? Okay? So that is a really foundational thing to understand, that if you're trying to quiet your mind, I learned this. I don't like to teach you this. I learned this a long time ago. You don't quiet your mind. You pay attention to your heart. The mind will take care of itself. If you work at the heart level, which is not easy, why? The mind's in the way. Those ripples, you're back here. We are way back here, right? You're the divine consciousness looking down at your stuff. But while you're looking down, the first thing you hit is your mind. The mental plane is a higher vibration than the vibration of the emotions. So basically, the first thing that gets hit is the mental plane. And so if it's noisy and doing all kinds of things, your consciousness gets distracted into that. And you can't see your heart. You don't see this coming from the heart. Plus, you're trying to solve it with your mind. That's what I like. What am I going to do? She said she might leave me. I can't handle that. I don't want her to leave me. Well, I could do this. I could do that. I could try this. The problem's in your heart. And probably if you fix your problem in your heart, no one will be leaving you. Okay? But you get this mind stuff going there. You start manipulating. That's what I said. Try to stop your mind. It's not a very healthy thing to do. You breathe through your heart. Open up the fourth chakra. Breathe through your heart. And the mind will quiet down. But if you sit there and say, I'm not supposed to have thoughts, I don't like what I'm thinking about, and you try to get them gone, you're suppressing. It's totally natural that what's going on in the heart expresses itself in the mind. It's not wrong. It's, I'm going to say healthy, right? It's real. How's that? It's real. If the heart is disturbed, that mind's going to be disturbed. Okay? And if the heart stays disturbed, that's the important part. Let's say I don't want this noise going on in my mind. I don't want to think about it. I don't care whether she leaves me or not. I couldn't care about her one iota. Yeah, sure. That's why you're saying that. That's your answer. So the answer is push it away. Push the mind away. If it's saying something you don't like, push it away. And that is suppression. You're basically pushing the energy that is trying to express itself from the heart back down to where it came from. They're like going down to the springs and trying to block that spring. Well, you better stay there a long time because that's a natural power that's coming up. Do you understand that? And it create a lot of ruckus, okay? And that's what happens when you try to stop your mind, okay? I'll repeat it. There is a reason the mind is saying what it's saying. I'm not telling you it has to stay that way, but I'm telling you it's coming from the heart. It's real. And if you go to try to solve it with the mind, with logic and reason and intellect and all that kind of stuff, you lose your heart and end up struggling with the mind. It's a classic discussion that intellectual people, professors, they don't tend to feel their heart. I once had a very beautiful soul professor, very intellectual, and I gave a talk once like this, and we met outside after services, and he came up to me and he said, Mickey, do you know, I don't know what you mean when you say feel your heart. I don't think I've ever felt my heart. So what do? You're so intellectual that if something could have touched the heart, it's doing math instead. It's trying to solve problems instead. It's trying to think about stuff. And so it's staying away from the heart by trying to deal with it all with the mind. And so basically, I told him, I dare you that if your mind starts to do something personal that's disturbing you, don't distract it. Don't try to do something intellectual. Don't try to solve it. And he came back to me 2 weeks later. And he said, oh my God, I feel it. Okay? Because you didn't hide in your mind, right? There's a line in, maybe it was until, I don't know, but it sticks with me, right? The mind is a place that the soul goes to hide from the heart. I almost cried just saying it. Do you understand that? You've tried to solve the problems of your heart with your mind. And when you try to do that, it is a form of suppression. You think you succeeded because you got your consciousness distracted off of. You can distract. We do it all the time. Some of it's very healthy. You're having trouble with the heart and the mind is probably go to a movie or go travel or do something that distracts you from your consciousness. It's all about the consciousness. The consciousness is caught in the mind, and therapy will teach you that. Find something you enjoy doing. Take up a sport. Take up a hobby. Get your consciousness off of the fact that this mess is going on inside of you. That's very healthy. It's very good. But it doesn't solve the problem that caused it. There's still a problem in the heart. But you can't fix the problem in the heart when you're lost in the mind. You can't. Why? I'm telling you, the problem is in the heart. And the heart is so sensitive. Who's aware of how sensitive the heart is? You can love somebody, so much love's coming to your heart, right? They say one word or don't say a word at the right time, it all changes. Okay? My favorite example is you're in intimate moments and you're saying to the other person, oh, I love you so much. I can't even handle that. I'm just melting. I love you so much. And they don't say anything back. I don't think that's okay. They're supposed to say something back. How long does it take before your heart closes? A billionth of a second. That's how sensitive it is. And it can go back, and that's why we're neurotic. Because the heart is very, very, very sensitive. The story I like to tell is, okay, you're in a hugging moment with somebody, right? And basically you're melting and you're talking, and you just open your eyes because you want to look in their face because that's going to make you melt. You open your eyes, and the SOB has his hand behind your head with his cell phone. How long before your heart closes? A billionth of a second, right? To which case he stops you from running away. So, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't tell you. I was looking to close up the final plans because I'm going to propose to tonight. I want to make sure we know we're going to our honeymoon. All of a sudden, oh. Am I exaggerating? Wake up. The mind is expressing the heart, and the work is at the heart. But we don't know how to do that. Especially intellectual and Western minds, they do not know how to deal with that. Okay? So what's the answer? The answer first is always understand your mind is not a problem. Your heart is the problem. And it's not a problem. It's expressing itself. That's the problem. What do you got down there that expresses itself with all these worries and fears and anxieties and insecurities and non-trust and personal ego? Somebody says, I used to like what you did. Now I'm not so impressed. How you doing? Okay. It's like you can't handle anything. It's ego. Well, how did it get like that? You suppressed everything that disturbed you throughout your life. You couldn't handle it. It didn't feel good. I don't want to feel it. You don't feel with your mind. You feel with your heart. The mind thinks, the heart feels. And if you don't like the feeling, you push it away. And guess where it goes? Into the heart. You push that energy right back down to where it came from. And that is called suppression. That's what Freud didn't describe it this way, but he did. Suppression, repression, denial, whatever it is. Because you push the energy out of the mind down because you don't want to feel it. You don't want to feel it. You push it back down, then it stays there. I teach you that all the time. It's the essence of my teaching. Okay? So you get to the point where you understand, don't blame your mind. Like I used to meditate 6 hours a day and I fought my mind all the time. And I woke up. And for years and years now, I caused my mind to be the way it is. It didn't do it by itself. Situations that happened in my life that were difficult for me, you push them away. Go meditate. What does that mean? Get them out of your mind. Right? Guess what? They come right back, don't they? How long does it take? Even if you have a deep meditation, which is hard for people to get their consciousness off of the mind, you wait to see how long it is before it's talk about that subject again. I'm explaining to you why it is the way it is. And if you look at the root of how it is, you can figure out and work with how to solve the whole thing, not temporarily. So basically, when you push the disturbance of mind away so you don't have to be disturbed by it, You're pushing that energy back down into the heart, and it suppresses itself there. It stays there. It's like a virus. It's not even like it stays in the little category where you put it. Mommy did this. I never liked it. Okay, it's down there, right? No, all of a sudden, all mommies are no good, and I hate Mother's Day. Your action reminds me of my mother. I'm a man. I don't care. All right? That's because you shoved it down there, and it can't stay down there. It will never stay down there. It does not go away because you push it out of your mind. It's stored in the heart. And because it's stored in the heart, and the heart's trying to express itself, understand that? You like to think, I'm expressing my heart. Well, right now, your heart's expressing itself. Why? Because that's what you did. You shoved all the past energy down there, and now it comes up by itself. You see a billboard, man, they're crying. Somebody doesn't call exactly the right time. Oh, just like everybody else. Oh, there she is. Okay. It's fickle stuff, isn't it? That's because you shoved a mess down there. If you shove disturbances down into your heart, you will be disturbed. Is there stuff down there that you wish would never come back up and can't handle when it comes back up, and you don't want to be near anybody who brings it up? They're your enemy, not your friend. That's because you shoved it down there. It will never sit down there quietly. You may try to stay in the mind and hide from it, but it's still down there, and you better keep hiding. And eventually, I have my experiences with life, and a lot of people have the same experience. You can't hide from yourself forever. And eventually something happens, and it comes back up. And it's worse. It's way worse when it comes back up. I mean, I've taught you about some scars. That's what we're talking about. It's all about energy. Yoga is all about energy. Spirituality is all about energy. Life is all about energy. They just don't know it. They work with the physical. Generally, the Western world works with the physical aspects. The energy is driving the physical. That's why you get ulcers when your mind's worrying about things. Can disturbed energy coming down from the higher level, and the mind is higher than the physical, right? Coming down, create disturbance in the physical body. Oh, I don't know. What's it called? Acupuncture, the meridians, qi, the whole Eastern teachings of all medicine, correct? It's all there. It's because the energy gets disturbed on the way down, okay? Because the heart made noise in the mind, and that came through, and it can come into the body. So you get to the point where you realize, I got some work to do. And it's not the way I try to do it now, which is be careful about what's happening in the outside world so it doesn't disturb you. Stay around people that are comfortable with. Don't ever be around people that are not comfortable with. Don't read things that upset you. Like my favorite, again, is someone says, we don't talk about that around your father? Come on. Why? Dad's got problems. He can't handle talking about stuff. All right, you don't want to be like that. You want to be free. You don't get free by trying to solve your problems outside when the problem is inside. I don't teach renunciation. I don't tell you what to do outside. I would never even dream of such a thing. But I'm telling you, if you're trying to solve your inner problems by getting things a certain way outside, that's a non-starter. One, you can't get them that way. Two, you don't even know how you want them to be. It changes constantly. That what you wanted yesterday, you're scared to death of what happened today. Sorry, I asked for it. That's why I like the law of attraction. Is there a law of attraction? Yes, there is. Be careful. Because on any given day, you want to attract one thing, and you really don't want it the next day. Do you change as you grow? It's amazing. The truth is deep. So you get to the point, and that's a deep point where you realize, starting point, my mind has problems. They're caused by the sensitivities of my heart. And that causes all kinds of disturbance in my energy system. It's hard to be at peace. It's hard to feel comfortable. It's hard to feel love. You're insecure. It causes everything. Because you shoved it down there, it's down there. And finish that discussion. When you shove the energy down, what it does, energy can't stop. Energy is not like a physical thing. It's moving all the time. It's force. Energy is a force. So can you shove it down? Yes, you have will. That's an opposing force. Okay? So it comes in, it's disturbing. You have will inside. You know you do. You can make things happen, can't you, in there? And you push it down. Now you have two forces opposing each other. You've pushed it down. What happens to that disturbed energy? It has to move. I'm telling you, it's the truth. You meditate deep enough, you'll watch it. It has to be moving. So how does it move? I won't let it up. It's pushed down, it's blocked. It forms a circle around itself. Energy can stay in one place by going around in a circle. Can't it? That's why a circle is such an important structure, form in the entire universe. Galaxies, orbits, everything. Because energy can find a balance and stay in one place. That's what happens with samskaras. You push it down, it circles around itself, around the blockage that you created with your will. So now you have blocked energy inside. What happens if, for some reason, it manages, some leaks out, or you're not paying attention? It comes up, doesn't it? All by itself. It's so cute. Not so, because it hurts. If it was stored with pain, it's coming back with pain. And you have all that in there, and you know you do. And at any given moment, something could come back up, and you're scared of yourself. Do you understand that? I like the part of Star Wars when Yoda was teaching Luke that had to go into this cave. I don't know if you remember any of it. Had to go into this cave on this island. And Luke stopped because it was all covered with vines. It was dark. And Luke turns back to Yoda and he says, well, what's in there? You know what he said? Nothing that you don't bring in with you. That's the scariest part of anything inside of you. The stuff you were scared of. The stuff you were scared of before and suppressed, you're scared to death of it happening again. I don't want that to happen again. I'm not getting in a relationship ever again. I'm not getting married. It's ridiculous. I got so hurt. That's just beautiful, okay? You stored this stuff in there, and now it's determining your personality, it's determining your likes, your dislikes, your hopes, your dreams, do you understand that? I'm going to give you a list. Hopes, dreams, concepts, views, likes, dislikes, preferences, they are all that. You did not make up what you like and dislike. This did, this your past. Psychology says you're the sum of your learned experiences. You're not. You're the self, the consciousness. But what you're looking at, that psyche, is the sum of your learned experiences. There's not a single thing that you really don't like that there's not some history to. Something left that in there. Could be past lives. I don't want to get into that. Okay? But it doesn't matter because you got to work it out no matter what. As you get to the point where it doesn't matter. If it's down there, I want it out. That's where you get. Doesn't matter where, how it came from, how long it's been in there, whether it's what, this, anything. I reached a point where I used to look down there at him, and very nicely, when I wasn't fighting with him in the early days, I would just whisper to him, it's okay. Your days are numbered. We're going to work this out. Don't worry. It's okay. It's down there. It's real. I'm afraid of it. Part of me is afraid of it. Okay? As long as you're afraid of it, you can keep pushing it down. As long as you don't want to feel it. And I told you, when it gets stored, it's got all that power, and it gets worse. The more you suppress it, the more you lock it up, the more you deny it, the more, come on, man, that's basic psychology, okay? That's what you've done to your old self, the parts you had trouble with, all the way back to your childhood, Freud said, correct? And he's certainly right, your formative years and everything. Things that disturb you, shove them down there. They get worse down there, not better. It's not true you work this out. It is not gone because your mind is not thinking about it. You're busy pushing that thing down there. You don't want that stuff down there. How do you work with your heart? Don't shove stuff down there into your heart. That is not a healthy thing to do. You don't work it out that way. It's still going to try to come back up, and it always sneaks its way back up. And the more you shove down there, the more you're afraid that something else will happen, and you end up having all these called blockages. You shove that stuff down there your entire life. You fell out of a tree, you don't like trees. You went into a church, and your parents used to make you go to church or synagogue, right? And now you don't want to go near that. I hate it. You don't hate it. You don't love it. You're just scarred. And then you say, but that's just the way I am. That's the real me. It is not the real you. You're the consciousness that notices that that is going on, but you can't handle it. So you don't stay in that seat of consciousness. You come down to struggle. You come down to fight. You come down to keep it suppressed. You come down to change the world so it doesn't bother you. Change everything outside, people, places, things, situations, so that when they come in, they won't bother you. Well, that's a lot of fun, isn't it? Let's go struggle with everybody and everything outside instead of dealing with ourselves. Is that not what we do? You have this concept, well, if I had money, I'd be okay. If I had a relationship that somebody really loved me, like my mother loved my father, I want that kind of love. And then you chase your entire life running around trying to placate, compensate for for the junk you stored inside of yourself. Let's go to extreme. Eventually, when that stuff is not in there, you feel love for everything and everyone. It's not something you're grabbing for. It's not something you need. It's like air. It's your natural state. The heart's natural state is love. It doesn't have to love somebody or something. It can express. Of course, you can have somebody special. But when you say it, you don't need it. It's just the beauty of giving it. You're never taking. Gibran says, love takes not but from itself and gives not but to itself. From the prophet. I wonder if you understand what that means. Love is sufficient unto love. It is a thing in and of itself. It's not something you get. How come then I fall in love with certain people and, to say the least, not others? Because in the presence of somebody else's vibration, behavior, looks, words, it matches just so perfect with the samskars you got down there that the energy, the Shakti, manages to sneak around it because the person looks like your sister looked and you loved your sister and they talk to you. Go, have somebody walk up to you and say, ever since kindergarten, I've looked at you, I admire you so much. To me, you walk on water. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever. How you doing? Now let somebody walk up to you. Ever since kindergarten, I hate your guts. I can't even stand to look at you. How you doing? In other words, your heart's going to open. Well, by the way, is that always the case? No. If you're married and your wife or husband are standing there and somebody comes up to you and says, oh, ever since kindergarten, I've loved you so much. Oh, get away from me. It has to fit in your stuff. Pay attention. If it fits into your patterns of samskaras, you will open. It allows the energy to flow, and you will feel love, or you will feel disdain. If it doesn't fit and it closes everything, you have the word. Be open, be closed. It opened me. Oh my God, it opened me so much. No, that closed me. Well, a door? What's going on here? It means that certain things come in, they relate to the heart, the way the heart relates to them. And if there's stuff in there that hits, that heart can close and never open again. That's why I got this pet peeve that's different than other people teach, all right? I get this thing about first impressions. You know, we're taught first impressions is the most important thing. Are you kidding me? That person could have been in a bad mood. Somebody could have died the day before. They could have eaten pizza that upset their stomach. Go have a first impression and think that matters. It doesn't matter one single iota. They could be any way at any time about anything. And you met them at that moment. That's what first impression is. I first want to meet this person. No, I didn't like them. It doesn't mean you're not going to like them 5 minutes from now if you met them after a different event happened. How can you sit there and say the first impressions are important? Well, that's how it hit me. It didn't hit you. It hit your stuff. He opened me so much. Okay, we'll see how long that lasts. Well, until he got in financial trouble and then he cheated on me and this happened, right? And I don't like the way he deals with the kids. Oh, it doesn't stay open so long, does it? You're open because it matched your junk and it avoided the rest of the junk, okay? So as long as it's coming in here and you're open to it, not him or her, you're open to it, you will feel love. You will feel attraction. You will feel you want to be with them. The moment it hits your stuff, it's crazy the way we live. We are letting these stored impressions that we couldn't handle in life, that we stored inside of ourselves, and we do it all the time, the slightest thing. Go have a dinner at some place, have it not work well. The people were smoking or people you were with, you weren't comfortable. You're not going to want to go back there. It has nothing to do with the stupid dinner. The music they were playing. Sometimes they say, oh, they're playing our song. Well, you just got divorced, and that was the song that they used to play. It's not our song anymore. I want to leave. I don't like the restaurant. All right? We're crazy. It's crazy to not understand what's going on. So otherwise, you have to go out there and manipulate the world and everybody in it so that when it comes in, it feels okay. And that's about the best you can do is feel okay, because you'll be afraid that it will change. Do you understand that? Right? But will you love me tomorrow? And we got one of those guys in there? Of course you do, because you've gotten hurt before. So you got to be careful. Don't open that heart. Careful. Keep it protected. What are you protecting? Your stuff. All right, take a breath. What can I do about this? Because it doesn't sound like much fun. It doesn't sound like manipulating the world to try and make it match your stuff. It's a very spiritual thing to do, or a very healthy thing to do. So what's your choice? All right. Buddhists say work at the root. Well, this is all very noisy. What's the root? The root is that you stored stuff in there. If you didn't store stuff in there, it wouldn't be in there. And there would be an open heart. There would be a heart the way it's meant to be, filled with love. Can the heart inspire you? You say, my mind's inspiring. No, your heart is inspiring you. And it's inspired and it comes up and the mind tries to do what is inspiring it. It's all coming from the heart. It's all Shakti flow. But if you block the Shakti by shoving all your stuff down there, and I want to describe it, I already described it reasonably. Well, if that's the problem, then what's the solution? It's not manipulate people. It's not get things the way you want. It's not paying attention to what you really want. No, it's about stop shoving stuff down there, because that solves everything. If the stuff is not shoved down there, then nothing hits it and you're fine. And you can walk through life with an open heart, period. The Buddha said the highest state was compassion. That's non-judgment. They'll talk about judging and liking and disliking. But the Buddha say, all life is suffering. What's the cause of suffering, Buddha? In one sentence. The cause of suffering is preference. Desire. What's the desire? Preference. Okay? Take the word preference as opposed to desire, because you think of desire as lust, greed. All right? No. Any preference causes suffering. Because where did the preference come from? It was ingrained in you by your past experiences. And so now if something doesn't match it, you get disturbed. If something does match it, you feel all excited. Now you have to go out there and manipulate life to be what you want it to be. And they teach you that. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, fine. Go struggle with it till you're dying. And then when you're dying, then what? Because you ain't going to be able to hold it all together. In any event, let's get back on. So what's the root? The root is that you shove stuff down there. If stuff is not shoved down there, it will not bother you. You're not afraid of it happening again. And I always teach, there's a big talk. Well, how do I get rid of it? My mother did when I said, what formative years? And what about what happened to me when my husband left me? And what are you talking about? It's already shoved down here. All right? No. So the answer is, if there's already stuff down there, and the problem is that you shove stuff down there, right? That is the root of all suffering, is that you shove stuff down there that wasn't pleasant, and it's going to come back up, and you have to be afraid of that, and so you try to manipulate your life so it doesn't do that. What's the answer? At least don't shove more down there. That's where I've got with the teachings. I've been for 55 years, and I've seen within me what works and what doesn't work. I'm a very conscious person. I've watched, right? And if you don't shove stuff down there, it won't be down there. Okay? Well, how do I not shove stuff down there? You start with little stuff. Deal with the simple little things in life that you bother resisting for no reason. Like the driver in front of you. That's my favorite example. Have any of you ever talked to the driver in front of you? Come on, buddy, where's your blinker? Come on, use your blinker. Come on, man, the speed limit's 65, you're going 50. I got places to go. Yes or no? Has anybody ever talked to the driver in front of them? Do they hear you? Therefore, you are creating anxiety and disturbance inside yourself for absolutely no reason. I'm a business person. There's a thing called cost-benefit analysis. The cost of doing that is 100%. The benefit is 0. Then why are you doing it? No one talked to me like that before. It's just kind of natural. I complain because it releases energy, releases some of the deeper energy down there. I can have road rage because how the guy's driving. That ain't because how he's driving right now. That's because what you got stored down there, right or wrong. You seeing it? Okay? So you start to work with yourself at a very reasonable, grounded level, which is spirituality, son, is not a struggle. It should not be a struggle. God's beautiful, such an ananda, extreme ecstasy. What are you doing struggling? It's not a struggle. It's a game, like a video game or tennis. or learning to play the piano. It's fun. You're learning something. Learn to not resist the simple things in life that cause disturbance inside of you that do no good at all. In essence, the only disturbance is you. You decided it's too hot out. It's so hot, I can't handle it. I don't even live in Florida ever again, but I have to because my husband works here. What are you doing? Complaining about it. How much good did it do? As you walk from your car to the air-conditioned house. Nothing, but you do it. Learn to make it a video game. It's a little fun game. I can walk from my car to the house and watch the idiot in there, called witness consciousness, watch the idiot in there create all this disturbance. And then you find ways. I tell the story all the time. You're probably tired of it. But back at probably 73, 72, 73, I was living out here alone. I had my VW van. I'm a hippie. And there was no air conditioning in my house. And out here in the middle of the fields. And it was hot. And I'll never forget, as I tell the story, probably 72. I walked out to my van, went to go in, and he's doing it. It's so hot. He just meditated for hours. It's so hot. But I started to learn not to fight with him. I'm embarrassed. He used to say, shut up, shut up, shut up. All day, shut up. That was my starting sadhana. Once I realized that voice had caused me big trouble with a shut up. All right? I learned, thank God, fairly quickly that's not the answer. Anyway, so I'm standing out there, and he's doing this. I learned not to tell him to shut up. And so I'll be a little nicer. And I said, okay, why is it hot? Come on. I'm willing to talk to you. We'll be reasonable. Why is it hot? He says, because of the sun. The sun's hot. I'll never forget. That did really happen. I can be right there this moment. I said to him, what is the sun? He said, a star. A star? People like stars. They twinkle in the night and they are romantic under the stars. I mean, who doesn't like stars? And I stopped for him. I said, that is not the sun. It's a star. It's one of those twinkly little things that's close enough to you. Whoa, that's pretty far out, isn't it? And all of a sudden he says, wow. I asked him, how far away is that star? He happens to know that sort of thing, right? And he said, 93 million miles. What'd you say? 93 million miles. How far away is Miami? 360. And that thing is that hot? You're literally close to a star. It's one of those burning furnaces that there's 300 billion of those in your galaxy, and there's 2 trillion galaxies, and you get to have a relationship with one. Don't you? You don't get sunburned, you get star-burned. And I'm having this discussion with him, and I'm telling you, from that moment forward, anytime he stepped, to this day, he steps out of his car, he walks, he feels it, he just like this. He opens his arms and come on down, like 93 million miles away it took for this light to come down here. I love it. And you fall in love with things that you used to complain about. Find a way to transmute the energy, to shift the energy, as opposed to allowing yourself to complain about everything. You want to call it positive thinking? Fine, positive thinking. What about the car in front of you that's driving 15 miles an hour below the speed limit? And you have a single lane highway you can't pass. You pull out, no, cars are coming. Come on, if you're like me anyways, all right? So you're driving down there, and then you stop. You sit there and say, what if that was your grandmother, and she has maybe 1 year left in her driving career before she has to hang up the keys? Go beep at her, tailgate her, come on. And he says, no, Grandma, you take your time, I'm okay. Do things to neutralize the energy instead of suppressing it. That's a good use of your mind. Eventually, you will not have to do that. Eventually, you become what I call a letting go machine. You catch on, I don't want that stuff down there. I don't care what it is. If I resist it, it's staying down there. If I honor its right to exist, I can let it pass through. Now, there's some stuff that's bigger that's hard to do with, no question. But this simple low-hanging fruit stuff, you know how I define low-hanging fruit and living untethered? If you're not bothering yourself about it, there's nothing to do about it. If you're not bothering yourself because it's hot, you're not bothering yourself with the driver in front of you, not bothering yourself because somebody didn't say what you wanted them to say, then there's nothing to do about it. But if somebody comes home and the kid's doing drugs and the principal calls and they're going to throw them out of school, okay, that's a little bit harder to not be freaking out, but you can. I highly advise it, by the way, to handle the reality of the energy. It's not nice energy. It wasn't nice energy that the sun was so hot. It wasn't nice energy the driver was not paying attention to the street sign. Okay, this is not nice energy. Can you handle it? That's what it comes down to. Can you handle the energy that came in? Because if you can't, you're going to push it away. If you can't handle it, you just admitted you can't handle it. What are you going to do with it if you can't handle it? Suppress it. Shove it down. There's another one of those suppressed things. I don't think about it. I can't believe my kid do drugs. We don't do drugs. How the hell my husband would be so mad at me? I'm having so much trouble in a relationship. How could he do that to me? I was so kind to these children. It's not you, but the kid's got a problem. Well, the right thing is to sit here and say, eventually, and I'll teach you how to do it, because you can do it, I can handle it. Do I want to? Of course I don't want to. Nobody came and asked my permission. God didn't come around and say, hey, I'm going to have your kids do drugs and find a locker. Is that okay with you? No, that's not how it works. It works that all of a sudden you get this phone call out of the blue and you never thought of such a thing and bam, there it is. Life's a happening place. Can you handle it? If you can't handle it, you will suppress it. And that's not going to help you, your husband, or the child. Because everything you're going to do from that moment forward is to figure out how I can be okay with this. It's so embarrassing. I don't even want to go into any parties anymore. I don't want to do anything, all right? And punish him. All you're trying to do is somehow find a way to protect yourself from what you couldn't handle. That's just one example. That's what happens. You can't handle something. You try to manipulate it and do this and figure out a way to make it okay with you. What's that got to do with the problem? Nothing. You can't solve anything that way. And so instead, you sit there and say, okay, fine. It's not comfortable at all. No, it's definitely not comfortable, but I can handle it. And that's the key. I can handle the discomfort. Ooh, I don't always focus that much. Ready? Are some things uncomfortable when they come in? They just are. Okay? All right? Okay? To handle it means you can handle the discomfort. I use simple examples of, the sun is a star and the driver's my grandmother. Those are nice neutralization techniques, but there are some bigger things that happen that is kind of hard to rationalize away or neutralize, okay? Can I handle the fact that it's disturbing? Not can I make it not disturbing? That's a different. One is I'm trying to make it not feel disturbed when it comes in here. Okay, you can do that. You're welcome to do that by all means. But there's some stuff that's way bigger than that, isn't there? Can you handle it? You're in here. You're experiencing it. By definition, you're experiencing it or it wouldn't be bothering you. You're experiencing a disturbed energy. Are you willing to honor its right to exist? Why? Because it does. Or you wouldn't be dealing with it. It's called reality. But it's wrong. Okay, I don't care. It's still happening. This whole right-wrong thing, they got themselves really weird about that. If it is there, then it's there. I got to deal with it. It doesn't go away because I say that wasn't fair, does it? Okay? It's just a way of suppressing. Guess what? It wasn't fair, not right. It's wrong. It means I have the right to suppress it. It wasn't fair. I didn't do anything to deserve that. Okay, fine. I don't know whether you did or didn't. I don't care. You're feeling it. So you got two choices. Honor and respect the fact that this is what happened and I'm dealing with it, or suppress it. Because it ain't going to go away. It's not going to not have happened. Now we're talking deep Zen, okay? It's called reality. That's what happened. There is a way to, one, start with the small stuff. That's what I'm going to teach you. When this big stuff comes in, eventually you'll get to the point, I don't want to close. I feed a tendon to protect myself, but I know what that means. It means the energy is going to bounce off of that, and it's going to stay in there. I'll never, ever feel as close to my son as I did before because he did that. Good. Congratulations. Can that happen? Can that be the foundation of why you eventually get divorced? That things like that happen, and you shove them down there, and it's just, I've had enough. Had enough of what? And you just reach the point where you say, I want an open heart. If the cost of an open heart is being able to handle the disturbance that comes in that life can do, and I don't close, but I experience it and let go. It's called letting go, right? The key is this. The tendency is to resist. My experience is the word relax is the opposite of resistance. Resistance is taking a force and pushing it down on top of another force. You're resisting the force. You're willfully, I don't want to experience this, all right? Acceptance, surrender, letting go means, I don't care whether I like it or not, it's here. And I am going to relax through it. Oh my God, it's the last in the world you want to do. Why? Because it's going to come closer to you. You're trying to push it away. If you relax, put your hands to the side and just open your heart. Just don't resist. People say, how do I make my heart open? Don't close it. I'm sorry, it's the truth. You know how to close your heart, don't you? Come on. Not hard at all, is it? You get to the point, I don't want to close my heart. When I close my heart, I'm not happy. Close my heart, I'm not inspired. Close my heart, I don't feel love. Why would I want to do that? You don't want to, but you were never taught that you don't have to. You were never taught how to not. So the opposite of resistance, a tendency to resist, is relaxation. Just relax in the face of the discomfort. I hate teaching you this because I know you don't want to hear it. Relax in the face of the discomfort. And what will happen? It will come in and you will feel the discomfort. And if you really keep your hands off, it will work its way through. But I relax and I still feel it. Come on. It's been down there for a while, all right? I'm going to go away in 2 seconds. But you won't at least shove more down there. And eventually you will realize, I can handle it. Especially once you do it once. Something happens, you fire, the kid does this, something happens. Trouble in a relationship. And you bother to say, I can handle this. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I can handle the disturbance it's creating. And you actually do. And you go through the situation and you see how it turns out. When it's all said and done, it passes through, life keeps moving. And you look back and you start building this understanding that you can handle anything. You can handle anything. Why? Because you're the one who's resisting. If you're the one doing it, you cannot do it. But you have to learn. And that's what I've experienced. What I understand is it's not natural. Natural is to protect yourself from it. You know, who wants to feel yucky feelings? The trouble is the cost of not feeling them is to keep them. Is to make it stay yucky in there and build yucky on top of yucky on top of yucky. And pretty soon you're not inspired and you don't feel love and you don't understand the reason for living and nothing's working out and nothing looks exciting anymore. I don't want to live like that. Well, there's a cost to that. Being willing to experience and release the disturbed energy that you're feeling. Okay? And how do you do that? We'll go back to the beginning. You practice. Just like you practice tennis, just like you practice the piano. No one taught you this. Isn't that amazing? If they taught you this from kindergarten up, there are going to be things that are disturbing. Practice relaxing your shoulders, relax your heart. No tantrum. Just relax, right? Don't try it with kindergartners. There are kids that can do this stuff. They're beautiful, but it doesn't matter. People write me, oh yeah, I see it all now. I wish I knew when I was younger, but I'm 75 years old. It does not make one difference how old you are or how young you are. You're in there and you don't have to resist. But I don't like it. I know you don't like it. I'm sorry, but I'm not, right? It's an opportunity to practice. And you start seeing everything as that. It's an opportunity to practice letting go. Now, you know what I mean by letting go. Doesn't mean let the outside do whatever it wants. But you first have to let go inside. Otherwise, you'll be manipulating the outside because you can't handle the inside. And so what you do is you do your best. Just do your best. Do your best to relax. Do your best to welcome it. Eventually, you don't just relax. You realize how good you feel because you let everything go. You don't have to worry. I don't worry about anything anymore. What's there to worry about? I can handle it. That's how I want you. I can handle it. What happens doesn't mean it doesn't feel disturbed, but I'm fine. So I play volleyball. Say I play volleyball. Go to block the shot. You could get a black and blue mark on your little hand. Oh, it hurt. The football players. Oh my God. Linemen. Okay. I think it hurts a little bit. They talk about how they have to soak for days afterwards, right? They keep going back. It's worth it. No pain, no gain. It's worth learning to handle disturbance. You have to welcome it. You have to make it happen. Don't worry. Life does perfectly good by itself. All you have to do is say, I'm going to go through this day and I'm going to let go of what I used to push down there because I don't want more down there. And to close out real quickly, if you do that, then that's a level of disturbance you learn to handle. Next thing you know, I learned that. Now something a little bigger will happen. Somebody won't say hello. When you say hello to them, your mouth starts, right? And you look at it, you say, come on. They got earbuds on. They can be anything. They're in a bad mood. Stop it. I don't want to not like this person ever again because they didn't say hello. And so you let it go. You learn to let it go. And then bigger things and bigger things and bigger things until eventually you reach the point, wow, not pride, not I can handle anything. No, you can handle anything. It can make it through. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Doesn't mean I don't have some trouble with it. But the net result is I'm not going out there trying to change everybody and everything in the world so it doesn't disturb me. I'm learning to let go of the disturbance so they come and they go. They come and they go. That which used to last. My favorite thing, somebody once said to me, they were working at a company and they said to me, Mickey, I think I really can see what it means to get the teachings. I said, well, I said, I drove away from work today and I realized that my boss did this and that would have disturbed me tremendously. And I didn't even notice. I had to look back and say, that used to bother me. It didn't bother me one iota. Now that's spiritual evolution. You're growing. You're able to handle disturbance. So basically you do it little by little. Don't push it. Don't fight it. But you can bother letting go. And you'll find out that you're more open. Why? Because you didn't close. And the more you don't close, the more open you are. The more open you are, the more the little birds sang. You never heard that one before. All of a sudden it opens your heart. All of a sudden there's a rainbow. They didn't even take a rainbow. All of a sudden a storm cloud does it. You just start appreciating nature, start appreciating people. They're different. They come in different flavors. Some are nice and some are not. Okay with you? It better be. And you just start letting go. Then I have to finish. There's a caveat. Once you've let go inside, you look and see, is there something I'm supposed to be doing outside that can help the situation, not help me, that can actually raise the energy of the situation? Can I serve? That's what ends up coming out. You don't even feel like you're doing it. It's just a natural thing because you're not busy serving yourself. You look and you see, oh, look, these people are not getting along, but they're misunderstanding each other. And the next thing you know, you put a little good energy into it and you rose the world. You caused the moments better off because you were there. But if you're serving yourself, it's worse off because you're throwing more of your junk out into the situation. All right. Okay. So we got down to the root. The root is that you shove stuff down there. And I've talked about how to learn to stop shoving stuff down there. And the old stuff will come up by itself. It's a warning sign. I was doing so good. I wrote them and the thing, and I was letting go. I was so happy, and I was so joy and everything. And then out of nowhere, I don't know, stuff started coming up. I was just driving my car and I started crying. Congratulations. That's wonderful. In other words, that stuff's going to come up eventually. Welcome it. Worship it. If it starts coming up, I'm sorry I shoved you down there. Apologize to it. I'm sorry I shoved it in the closet. Come on up. I'll help you. I'm going to stop with the Gita. Gita says, one should raise the self with self, not trample down the self. For self, which can be self's friend, can become self's foe. That's playing with Atman, capital A Atman and lowercase Atman. God, self, oversoul, and the personal self. One should raise the self with self, not trample down the self. You're up here, help her. Lift her up. For self, which can be self-friend, can be self's foe. All right. Thank you, Jagrata.
You've been listening to the Michael Singer Podcast, produced by Sounds True in partnership with Shanti Publications. For more information on Michael's body of work and all back episodes, please join us at michaelsingerpodcast.com. Thanks so much for listening. Sounds True, waking up the world.